Today we're going to talk about similar triangles, and for triangles to be similar, their corresponding angles must be congruent and their corresponding sides are proportional. Now, I have two triangles here. We have triangle ABC and triangle DEF. In order for these two triangles to be similar, angle A must be congruent to angle D because those two angles are corresponding or matching, and angle B must be congruent to angle E, and angle C must be congruent to angle F. So if we know that these corresponding angles are equal, then we know that their corresponding sides are in proportion, such as AB is to DE, as BC is to EF, and finally AC is to DF. And it does not matter which order you put them in, as long as they are to each corresponding side, so you could find a missing side. So when you're looking for a missing side in triangles that are similar, set up a proportion like this. And then once you set up your proportion, all you have to do in order to find the missing side is cross multiply and then divide. Now I'm going to give you a problem to try on your own. Okay, here's your problem. At a certain time, a 1 meter high mailbox casts a 2/10 meter shadow. If a pole beside the mailbox casts a 4 meter shadow, how tall is the pole? So what we first should start doing is just draw a quick diagram. So I have a 1 meter high mailbox that casts a 2/10 meter shadow. And then we have a pole that casts a 4 meter shadow. And what they're asking us to do is find how tall that pole is. So first we know that these two angles are congruent because both the mailbox and the pole are perpendicular to the ground, so they're right angles or 90-degree angles. We also know that this angle is congruent to that angle because the sunlight hits both the mailbox and the pole at the same angle. So therefore, since we know that those two corresponding angles are congruent and those two corresponding angles are congruent, we know that these two triangles are similar by the angle-angle similarity theorem. But even if you didn't know that theorem, you would still know that because the sum of a triangle adds up to 180 degrees. So therefore, if these two corresponding angles are congruent and those are congruent, we know that those are congruent as well. So that's another way that you'll be able to know that those are congruent. So now we know that these triangles are similar, so let's set up our proportion in order to find our missing side. So this side is corresponding to this side, so we'll have 1 over x. And this segment is congruent to that segment, so we'll have 0.2 over 4. In order to find the missing side, all we must do is cross multiply and then divide. So we have x times 0.2 is 0.2x, and we have 1 times 4, which is 4. And in order to solve for x, just divide. And we'll find that x is 20. So the height of this pole